Does the Bailey Blade really deserve all this hate? A while ago, I posted a poll comparing the BXR Bailey Blade to the Bugatti Chiron. And out of 472 votes, 85% of you picked the Chiron. Well, the reason seems obvious, but in this video, I want to address the negativities surrounding the BXR Bailey Blade. I'm not saying it's better than the Chiron, but I think it's time to discuss the general dislike for this car. Also, I would love to hear if any one of you has something positive to say about this car. Let's start with the stat comparison. Top speed. The Chiron reaches 467 km/h while the Bailey Blade slightly edges it out at 473 km/h. Not a huge difference. Acceleration. The Chiron wins here with 84 acceleration stat versus Bailey's 80 acceleration stat. Handling and drifting. Both have similar stat, but the Chiron handles better with a tighter drifting radius. Nitro. Both cars have solid nitro efficiency, 63 nitro stat for Chiron and 67 nitro stat for Bailey. Now both cars are OG in the game. The Chiron has been available since launch while the Bailey Blade was introduced in 2020. After the first special event, the Chiron became widely accessible, but the Bailey Blade remained much more exclusive. Until recently. For free-to-play players, the perception of the BXR is generally negative, and I expected the same with the rerun of its special event. However, this event did lower the car's exclusivity a bit. The required cars were fairly easy to have aside from a few like Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 and Stingray. The Stingray is a Legend Pass car but is now available in car hunts, and the ZR1 used to be a tough multiplayer reward car, but packs were released for both of these cars during the special event. So if you have been eager to go for the BXR, this event did offer a decent chance. Even if you didn't have all the required cars, the event featured alternating options, allowing you to still earn some reward. Missing certain cars didn't stop you from getting other prizes, though you would miss the blueprints for the Bailey. And every player might get stuck at stage 7 or 11, but from stage 12 to onward, the BXR stages begin with progressive star counts, and the rewards are thumbs up in my opinion. In summary, this event handed out tons of tokens and solid amount of BXR blueprints. Initially, I thought this event would be impossible to complete, but over time my perspective changed. Piece by piece. Now you might wonder, if the event was this positive, what's with the hate? The issue lies with the car itself. If you have seen my review of the Lotus ER9, you will know I was critical of its bad drifting and overranking. The BXR Bailey Blade is essentially the Lotus ER9 of 2020. Fast but fickle. The most frustrating issue with the Bailey Blade is the wall riding issue. You can't escape walls since you will be hitting them every corner, and as soon as you hit them, you will flip on your side and there's nothing you can do about it. Some might say that this still happens even after the buff to the car. The car feels heavy with a poor drifting radius and loses too much speed while drifting. With its low acceleration, it struggles to recover and its nitro isn't strong enough to compensate in this regard. It reminded me of the Chiron Nemesis, which also suffered from losing speed with its poor nitro. Chiron on its own is extremely fun to drive car, and is poor man koi nahi sahi yesko. So I don't blame anyone for choosing the Chiron over the Bailey. Everyone wants a car that is fun and easy to drive, and the Bailey Blade isn't quite that, even after being buffed. With that being said, I think this car deserves at least some love. GameLove should run more events like this to slowly improve the car's reputation, even if players don't use it much. The event itself was a step in the right direction. I'm not going to pretend that I love this car or exaggerate it in a way like look at the shape of this car, because shape is not the thing that delivers in the game. But I think it deserves some recognition despite the negativity. Overall, I would rate this car a 5 out of 10, but the special event gets an 8 out of 10 for me. Let me know your rating in the comment section and that if you have gone for this car or not. And for the curious folks, this car is readily available in the China version of the game, but there is no test drive option for me to test it. If you are interested in downloading the China version of the game, then I give that video right to you.